Inclusion isn't just a word, it's a way of life. When a woman makes an effort to secure a seat at the table, she inspires inclusion. An inclusive environment provides a sense of belonging and support, empowering women to advocate for their mental well-being. Today we have with us Ekta Khurana, psychologist, to talk about mental health. Thank you, Ekta, for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. Ekta, first a very basic question. If talking about depression, what are the signs that a woman should look out, to see that if she's experiencing depression, and what are the steps that she should take to address it?
Depression is a slightly different for women and men. It's doubled for women because of the societal, environmental, biological, genetical differences in men and women. So here are 9 signs, and out of 5 must be there to identify someone as a depressed person. If someone is sad, we can say it's depression, but sadness is just a part of depression and not the whole depression. Another sign is low or very high appetite. Another sign is insomnia and hypersomnia, or fatigue. There's a constant heaviness in the body. You feel like your limbs are heavy. There's a irritability. There's a guilt. If these symptoms long for 2 weeks, then we can say a person may be going from a depression, but less than that is just maybe a sadness.
And how does one address it? Like, okay, if I know that I have depression, how do I address it? How do I take forward and help heal myself?
So first of all, you need to take care of your basics first, like basic lifestyle choices. Just check on how you are sleeping. Try to take more sleep. Try to eat healthy. Try to do some exercises. Try to take some breaks, pauses in your life. Try to maintain some boundaries with your family, maybe your friend, maybe with your career. So take a pause, take a step back. Sometimes when you feel it required, and if needed, take a professional help.
Hormonal fluctuation like menstruation, menopause, how does that affect a woman's mental well-being?
If I talk about premenopause, menopause, or PMSing, or maybe postpartum depression, anything related to these, then there's a sudden drop in the hormones. For example, estrogen, progesterone. These are 2 hormones that can drop your mood suddenly. It can affect your serotonin level in your body. And if I talk about serotonin level, it can be increased through exercises, healthy eating, or maybe if required, it can be increased through medications as well. And apart from this, therapy and counseling will help an individual.
But talking about anxiety as well as stress, can you tell us some coping mechanisms or strategies that how a woman can deal with those 2 things?
Being anxious is very different from anxiety. If you are being anxious, that is a normal part of human behavior. But anxiety is something that is very persistent throughout the journey. If you are every day feeling anxious about something, or maybe having a anxiety attack or panic attack, and that thing is very consistent in your life. So sometimes you need to take a break. You need to take a pause. Start deep breathing before jumping into any situation. And if you are having anxiety attacks, you need to settle down your issues beneath the surface, because anxiety is just a byproduct. It's not the thing that you need to address. It's a byproduct that is showing you that you need to
address that problem,
address this
situation,
problem.
what is giving you anxiety.
Exactly.
Okay,
and then take care of the things that is beneath the surface that is giving you anxiety. Maybe it's because of your relationship, then sort it out. Maybe take help from a counselor or from a psychiatrist. Or maybe it's about your career. Maybe you are feeling very overwhelmed. Maybe you are feeling guilty. So you need to address those issues. And in general, just maintain a healthy life.
Talking about some common mental health challenges that women face through their lives, can you share some of those? What do you see in your career? What have you seen?
I have seen it that in terms of gender biasnesses, women are, more into pressure of being a perfect mother, perfect wife, perfect daughter. So we need to address those issues. In my own family, I've seen that, my father always said, you can go for a teaching job, because I think it's more feasible for women. So I think there's a very societal checklist for women. So because of that, she's not able to open up. She's not able to confront what she wants, what she really wants. But on the other hand, I think women are superheroes. So yeah, they're very...
So women are really superheroes. The next question, Ekta, I want to ask you, how can women maintain a work-life balance? Any tips you could give them?
Balance is sometimes a myth, I believe, because you cannot balance everything. Sometimes you have to give, more time to your career, and sometimes you have to prioritize your kids, family, or maybe yourself. Work-life balance is somehow a myth which has to be created. I think it has to be created. For example, you can learn to say no. You know, sometimes you have to make boundaries with yourself and with your family or with your career. We can also go for breathing exercises. We can go for yogas. For example, you can do, breath works are very good for women.
Yeah.
It's maintain your hormonal, mental health and emotional health as well.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Ekta, for speaking with us.